Hola, my name is Ivanna Medina and I am the new Spanish teacher here at Lynhurst and I teach 8th grade. I am currently not married, but I do have a boyfriend and I have a dog and his name is Kilo and he's like my baby. He's my son. So a little bit about myself. I am originally from Mexico, Guadalajara, Jalisco, to be more specific. I moved to the States 7 years ago with my mom and my two brothers. I'm the oldest. And also my two brothers went to Ben Davis and one of my brothers right now is currently a junior at Ben Davis as well. I graduated from Ben Davis in 2017 and when I was there, that's when I learned English the most. When I moved here, English wasn't my strongest area of expertise. It was really hard at the beginning. I cried a lot. I thought about quitting so many times, but I knew that I wanted to go to college. So that was my motivation to learn English and to keep working hard to get really good grades and to prove myself that I was able to achieve anything that I wanted. After I graduated in 2017, I took a year off because I needed to save money for college. And that's where I started getting more information about how to apply to schools, scholarships, because I never really had any information about it. And when I was in high school, since I didn't really speak any English, that wasn't something that a lot of teachers will focus on with me. But that was okay. Eventually, I was able to put myself in the situation and get some research by myself. And I was able to go to college. I ended up going to Ivy Tech my first year, which helped me so much to save up money. I did most of my gen eds there. And then I transferred to Marian University, in which I graduated with a double major in Spanish and P12 education. I think graduating college has been one of the biggest achievements in my life, and it has proved me that no matter what, I can do anything. If I work hard, if I put my mind into it, I know that no matter how hard it is, it can be complicated. Sometimes I'm gonna want to quit or something, but at the end of the day, every single effort, it's worth it and it pays off. So the reason why I wanted to become a teacher was because I wanted to make an impact on kids that were in the same situation that I was when I moved to the United States. When I moved here, there wasn't a lot of teachers that spoke Spanish. It was really hard to find somebody that I can go to and be honest about how I was feeling. It was very hard. It was very, very hard. So since then, I knew that I wanted to be somebody that can connect with other people that were in the same situation that I was back then and try to help them and just to be a good example and leader and show them that it is possible. It is hard. It can take time. It might seem impossible, but the most important thing is that we really want it. And I think that was my biggest motivation. Now that I'm teaching here at Lynhurst, I'm able to connect with a lot of Latino students who come to my classroom and they talk to me and we can share a lot of things about our culture. And I think that's the greatest thing. I think one of the most important events that we have here in the United States related to Latino culture is Walkout. And if you haven't heard of Walkout was an event that took place in East LA during the 1960s, in which a lot of high school students start walking out of their high schools as a sign of protest. So the reason why these students were protesting was mainly because the curriculum that was being taught at school, it was denying every connection between Mexican American history, as well as prohibiting the right of speaking Spanish at school. They weren't allowed to use the restrooms, and they were pushing the students on the side because they weren't allowed to talk to any other counselors or any school officials about college. So in March of 1968, 20,000 high school students performed multiple walkouts in different high schools around East LA. And a lot of these students decided that they wanted to take the stand against injustice and discrimination. Nowadays, a lot of these students went into politics, went to college. They were able to build a career of their own and fight for their rights. I feel like this movement, it has marked a difference between what it was before and what it is now. I think it was really important to make that point, and these students were very brave. they were tired of being targeted. They were tired of making them feel like whatever they were speaking, whatever they were saying wasn't good. There wasn't enough. They weren't important. And that is not fair, because nobody has to feel left out. And I feel like here in the United States, it is the best example of a diverse culture and country. I feel like they had a great support system around them. Their teachers, well, one teacher in particular, their parents, and even their own classmates, that they knew that it was enough, that they did not want to go through it anymore. And it just shows us that it's always very important to embrace who we are and to always stand up for ourselves, because nobody else will do it if we don't do it on our own. So, y para todos mis latinos, no te olvides de dónde vienes. Siempre recuerda tus raíces y siempre mantente firme, humilde y honesto. Somos fuertes y somos el cambio, somos la muestra de la perseverancia y el trabajo. Los quiero. Bye.